Hey, you guys, welcome back to another episode of A Beautiful Rodeo. A Beautiful Rodeo, tongue twister.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Thank you guys for tuning in. But before we get started with our guests, you already know, we have to give a quick shout out to our sponsors at Impulse, my guys, Travis and Shane. If you guys need any camera equipment, gear, whatever it is, feel free to check them out. They're out in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. They are good guys, two brothers running this business. So just go show some love and support. Use coupon code Cowboy23. Let them know Lash Cowboy sent you, and you listen to A Beautiful Rodeo. So let's get to it. We have our special guest today with us. Now, before, you know what the funny thing, before we even get into all this, she is a nail artist. But before I knew her as a nail artist, it's funny because me and her dad, actually her dad was one of my coaches for MMA. And when Elly started going to her to get her nails done, I was like, hold on, I think this is my old coach, Joe, his daughter. I think, I see some resemblance a little bit, but yeah, like it's just small world. Now here she is with us.
Yeah. Gotta shout out Joe Nichols.
Yeah, Joe Nichols. Yep, at Wanderlei. If you guys are wanting to do kickboxing, he's your guy to go to. Definitely humbled, and he took me under his wing. So everything I know is pretty much from him too. So he's a good guy. But going to Des, this is all about you today.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Des, before we get into it.
Yeah, so I'm Des, or Desiree. Everybody calls me Des, or GuruNailsGurls is my business name. So I've been a nail technician for 6 years now. I'm also an educator too. So I do a little bit of both. And I love what I do. It's fun. It's great.
And she's amazing. I swear, top tier. If you want the best nails, I kid you not. And if you are in Milwaukee, the Milwaukee area, whatever, or even if you're further, taking that drive to her is going to be so worth it, because she truly takes care of your natural nails. Because I've had some horrible things happen to mine going to other people. And yeah, so she's going to be your girl.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about like your journey.
How did you start? What made you want to be a nail tech?
So at first it was like right after high school. I was young. I was like 18 turning 19, and I was a server at Olive Garden. And then I actually wanted to go to school to be a respiratory therapist. And I didn't have money. I was young and broke, so I was waiting to do that. And this friend that I had at the time was a makeup artist, so I'd go to the shop with her all the time and help her do like clean her brushes, like talk to her and her clients, just for fun. And she's like, oh, like you should be here, like you should like do something here. And I was like, oh, like the receptionist, or you need help with booking. Like I didn't think I would be like a nail technician. She's like, no, you should do nails, like you're super artistic and you always have your nails done. And I was like, I don't know. It didn't really interest me. And then I was like, okay, I'll try it. She's like, just do like a fill on me. So I like did her nails. I did my friend's nails, and I was like, I don't like this. I didn't like laying the acrylic. I struggled like forming the bead, like with the monomer and the polymer. It's just a lot. But I kept like trying. I was like, this really isn't for me. And then I stopped for like a week. And I would still go to the shop, and I would like look at the nail desk, and I'd be like, why can't I do this? Like, I need to do this. And my friend was like, just try again. So I picked up the brush again, and ever since then, like I never put it down. And then like 3 months into like doing nails, I was like, okay, I'm going to quit my job. And my mom was like, what is wrong with you? They're always like, what are you doing? So I was like, no, I'm going to quit my job. Girls are messaging me while I'm like serving. I could be doing nails instead and making like equal amount of money. So then I just quit my job, and I was like, I am broke as fuck. Like I have no money. I'm struggling right now. But the owner was super cool. She like gave me all the supplies, and she was like, okay, I'm going to charge you like $25 a week. And then when you get better, I'm going to charge you $50 a week. And then eventually it like kept going up. So she noticed like the busier that I got, the more she would increase it. So I'm really thankful for her, because I wouldn't have been able to do that on my own. Plus like she knew I was young. I was struggling. I was aspiring to be.
And how old were you at that?
I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was 19. I was pretty young. I had no idea what I was doing.
Mhm.
And then I decided to leave there because I was like, yeah, I was in a barbershop. So I was like, this really isn't working well with the females. Like, I gotta get out of here. No offense to them. They were great.
They're all going in. All the females are going in there. I'm sure the guys are probably like, ooh, look, like,
yeah, they're like,
weird.
they're like, oh, he messaged me on Facebook. I'm like, oh, I gotta
be
get
a
out of
weirdo.
here.
Yeah, some weird shit.
Yeah, they were just, you know, trying to talk to them. But yeah, so I got my first suite and I was like, this is big. So now I'm paying like more rent. I'm paying 2 rents because I was on my own. I was like 20 by then. And I was like, I was struggling, but then I was like, okay, I need to work more. You gotta make more money.
Right.
So I would work from like 9 to 9. And then I worked with a bunch of hairstylists, so they would refer their clients to me. And then I was really able to like build my clientele. And I felt like around that time, I felt like I was kind of booming. Like I was working 9 to 9. People would message me like, hey, can I come get my nails done right now? I would literally drop what I was doing and go do nails because I was like, I love doing this. And when you're young, you're passionate. So you want to like keep going. When you get older, you get a little tired.
Right?
When you got stuff to do.
Right now?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're still young, but if you get my age, you're fucking tired.
Yeah, your
like,
back
every
hurts.
day.
Once you hit 30, it's over.
Man, I got like a couple more years in me.
All right, yeah.
But yeah, I had like a suite, and then I bounced around. I was like in Bayview. I was in Brown Deer for a little bit. It was kind of far, and I think location matters too.
Yeah.
But now I'm in Brookfield. During the time I did do nails part-time. And then I was kind of getting bored with just doing nails. So I was like, okay, what else can I do that's going to help this career instead of like switching? So I decided to get my teaching certification through Aveda. And I was like, oh, you know, like this is cool. Like I can legitimize my classes through my business. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I met some awesome people. I loved the school. The teachers were great. And they loved me. They were like, do you want to be a nail instructor? And I was like, oh, I don't know. They're like, just do the interview, see if you get it. So I was like, okay. I went to the interview and I got it. And I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, holy shit, what am I doing? Yeah, I was like, what am I doing? Like, how am I gonna manage my business and like teaching? And that was good because it gave me more structure. It gave me like a boss and like mentors, someone to answer to. It made me like, okay, you got to be like on time for this. Like you have to do this, this, and this. They had like trainings. So I felt like it really helped me grow because I started as a business owner so young. I didn't have like mentors or people to answer to. And then I transitioned into that and I was like, oh, I actually like this. I like having a community. I like having people I can like talk to and stuff. It was just hard though because when you're a business owner, you make your own schedule. And then you can't and you're like, oh, if something comes up, like I have to go to work. You get in trouble, you get written up. Versus your clients, you're like, hey, I'm so sorry, like this happened. They're like, okay, cool, when can you fit me in? They're like understanding. Jobs aren't like that. You know, so that was really hard, but I did that for a while. I liked it. I learned a lot. It was hard being like a young instructor. Girls, the older women were cool. They were super respectful. They're like, I can't believe you're doing this. And then the girls fresh out of high school were like, ooh, they were hard. It was hard to like deal with them.
Like I ain't listening to her. Like
I know
act like they know. I know it all. Like,
But I noticed I was like struggling. They wanted me to work more at the school, do more at the school, and I'm like, okay, but I have my business. So what am I gonna do? So unfortunately, I had to leave and focus on my business. So yeah, and now I'm in Brookfield. I have a nice suite, and I like it there. Yeah.
Period.
It's been a journey.
So when you said, so you had got the job for an instructor at Aveda. Oh, okay. And then, okay. Well, damn. Well, I mean, I'm sure that taught you a lot too. And especially bringing it kind of like to your own and like teaching like how you do now.
Right.
Like that.
It did. It definitely, classroom structure at a school versus like continued education. Is very different, but like the structure of it can be the same. So it helped me like build a better lesson plan. But my lesson plan is all my work. So instead of using like stuff from the book, I just replace it with my work. Or like you learn so much more behind the chair than you are in school.
For real.
Especially when you have like years of experience, you can put that experience in your book. So it makes it like better.
Yeah.
But I like teaching like nail technicians that have been, you know, in business for a while.
Like,
I like
with experience.
Yeah,
right?
with experience. Like, I like helping them perfect their craft because like they catch on quick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, the techniques are working. Like, you know, like
damn,
know,
I'm good.
Yeah. And like hearing their feedback, because one, they're a little bit harder to teach too, because they're going to be more critical of you.
Right.
So that makes me become a better teacher. Versus,
and then like, if they're like stuck in their own ways.
Yeah.
Kind of, right?
They can be. So I always tell them, like, you have to continue to practice this or you're not going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Or like, I did teach someone who was like years and years of experience at her salon. She had me come and teach like her and her girls. And she was like, it's so weird for me, like seeing your method versus what like I'm so used to. She literally told me like, it's going to be hard to break out of like what I'm doing. So it's hard, but it's rewarding when you see them like do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I know with us as lash artists, when we do our trainings, the more advanced, you know, it's good to see like they pick up on techniques right away, you know, compared to someone that's just like like a beginner. We had to start from scratch and learn everything, the basics and everything, you know, but you know, that's good. So, but I know you mentioned that you were working with your, you know, friend for a bit. But what made you decide to finally just hit the switch and just go for it, being a nail tech, like
on your own?
On your own, yeah.
Yeah. So long ago. I don't know. I've always been a very independent person. So I felt like, one, it was environment. I was like, okay, I kind of want to like get out of here. I want to work at like a different location. I want to see like what could be better for me. And you know when it's time for you to move. Like, it's time for you to move forward. And I think, like, when you're young, you're not afraid to, like, jump. You don't really think about, like, all the risks. You're like, all right, I gotta do this. So I was like, the opportunity came up that this woman had a suite at her salon. And I was like, okay, it's cool. She has a bunch of hairstylists. You know, I knew automatically if there's no other nail tech there, that kind of eliminates, like, competition in a way, where I would be able to like take on their clients, which is nice for them too, because it's like becoming a one-stop shop. So clients like, okay, I can get this service done like all in one day. So I don't know, I was ready for it. I weighed out like the pros and cons. There was more pros than cons. And I just thought it'd be cool to have a suite. I think like back then, that was about like 5 years ago, suites were just becoming popular. Like really big on like social media. So I was like, I want to do that. Like I want to do that.
So when you were in a hair salon, because I know like with us, like with lashes, can you put that on the table? Like with lashes, like and I've worked with like my sister, who does hair, and like it was hard sometimes because like the glue would like interfere like with like the chemicals and stuff. Like, did you experience that like with being in there, or were you in like your own little
so
room?
I was like all the way in the back. I was all the way in the back. She had ventilation in the room too, so that was perfect because I did only acrylic back then. And then I could close my door, so if they were loud or if my client wanted more privacy, I could like close the door.
So an actual room, like
Okay. But I guess like the next salon that I had worked at, that one I was like in the back. And they like, it was a couple rooms, but I was like in the back and I had like a section. I liked it because I wasn't so secluded. So the girls could come back and like joke with us, or my clients could see more of like the salon. But the fumes never really messed with, I think if anything, like the monomer would mess with them more. They'd be like, oh, it stinks. You know, like it's so strong. I'm like, get over it.
I'm dead.
Because you get used to it when you're working with it every day, you know? So...
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I kind of like that smell.
Yeah, you do. Every time you're like, I love how this smells.
Yeah, like even when we be going to like a nail, like in the mall.
Hell no, that'd be strong though. Like that shit will smell up like the whole entire.
That's like 10 people in there though, you know?
Yeah, like
that's true.
Like 10 to like damn near like 15 people.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So let me ask this, okay? Because I know I've seen like people. I don't know. I guess like nail techs, and they say like sometimes like the ones in the mall be using like illegal shit. Like, what was that?
So okay, monomer monomer, right? It's the purple liquid. There's EMA and there's MMA. They look the same. So it's like really hard to like know the difference unless you're reading the label, right? So EMA is legal, MMA is illegal. They have some of the same chemicals that you use for like teeth filler. And the thing is about like MMA too, it's not good for your nails because it can like turn your nails yellow. It can weaken your nails because it's not like a good product for your nails.
Yeah.
So, and it's cheap. So they still sell it. It's cheap. Of course, those shops are gonna like buy it.
Yeah.
So
Is that why? Okay, so like back in the day when I was little, I swear I would get like $20 from my grandma, and then I would go to this one
nail shop.
this one nail shop, yeah, where like the chinos would work, and like all I had to pay was $20 for a full set, and it was like French tip and everything. But now I kind of
it's expensive, you know, girl. It's expensive.
Now I realize I'm like, I remember all the time my nails like lifting, and I didn't know I thought that was normal because they would always be like, oh yeah, that's okay, like we'll
come back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. That, and then I think there were a few times where my nail did kind of, or like I don't know if it was like the acrylic or whatever, it like turned kind of yellow, and so maybe they were using that.
They could have been.
I mean, $20.
Yeah.
Right back then, $20, you know, wasn't like, if you think about it now, it was like, oh shit, $20. But back then,
it was,
you know, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Shoot, I was like, I got $20. I'm gonna go get my nails done.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I have, you know, you keep records of like your receipts for your business, right?
Yeah.
So I have receipts back from 2019, and I compare them from like then to now, and I'm like, holy shit, it's like doubled or it's tripled.
Yeah.
And it sucks because people are like, nails are so expensive, but it's not like our fault. Right. You know, like it's not our fault. Like, especially after COVID, everything changed.
Everything
like,
is expensive.
Everything went, I'm sure for your supplies too, like everything went up.
Yeah.
So it just kind of sucks because even for service providers, like our rent goes up.
Yeah.
You know, our supplies goes up. We're paying for these booking apps. We're paying for all this stuff. Everything went up. So it's not the same.
Yeah.
I wish, you know.
I was just going to ask that too. Like, what do you think of people that you see now? Because I know there's like this stereotype that nail techs just charge too much. Like, what's the most surprising misconception people have about like your pricing, for example?
Yeah. So I feel like my clients know that my pricing, I'm not the most expensive nail tech. I'm not. People tell me all the time, like, you should charge more. And then other people are like, oh my God, you charge so much. Those are the people that go to chop shops.
Yeah.
Those are the people that don't do their research in like how good nails are. Right. So the girls that love Instagram nails, they're watching the reels. They're watching like, I use these products, and they don't question it. Yeah. But for me, like, I've never had a client really, they'll ask me the breakdown, like why is it this much? But it's very rare. I've had the same clients for years, and they understand when I have a price increase because they know like everything else is going up.
Yeah.
So, and I guess it depends too. Like, if you notice the nail tech's using cheap stuff, but she's charging like this ridiculous amount, okay, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
Or like if you're getting hand painted art and you're in this chair for 3 to 4 hours, of course you're gonna pay over $100. Like, there, you know, it's gotta be, we have to profit, you know. Versus,
because you guys got a lot of overhead too, with, like you just said, supplies and everything.
Well, not only that, but nails itself is just a luxury, you know.
Yeah, it is.
And especially them bitches be coming in wanting like all these Swarov, whatever the hell,
Swarovskis, Swarovskis,
like those,
gems and
like all this stuff, and like
expect cheap prices.
Like them fucking, whose nails are they? Cardi's.
Oh my God, yeah, hers are crazy. I met her nail tech.
Wait, what?
I met
you did?
Yeah, her name's Jenny. There was like a A+ nail school in Chicago had an event last, I think, March. And they had her come and she taught a class.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. She's really, and she was blinged out too. So you know she's Cardi's nail tech.
Right.
Like, nails were crazy. I have pictures with her. And my friend and I, like, we had went with a couple other Milwaukee girls, and we were like, oh God, like she's here, like that's so cool. But she's dope, and like she talks about like why her nails are so expensive because you're getting real crystals on your nails.
Damn.
Versus like Amazon, you can get like a little pack of gems, and it's literally like $6 to $10.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna shine the same. Versus Swarovski's, like you're moving your nail and you're like, oh my God, this is blinging. And it lasts like all like the 4 weeks. Versus like the gems you buy off like Amazon, they're cute. They're still going to look nice.
Yeah.
But it's the quality. So it depends on you as a person. Do you care about having the crazy bling nails or do you just want like the gem look? So it's the same thing like buying, you know, certain shoes. Do you want to buy the shoes from Ross or do you want to buy from Nike? Like, I don't know. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when I did a video, people like this one funny video is like, oh, like, they thought I was talking about nails. Basically, long story short, I made a post that was talking about lashes, like lash sets. But then some people thought I was talking about nail sets. They're like $80 sets. And then it went on this whole like viral debate thing about well, I paid this much for my nail tech and they come out great and yada, yada. And then this one person was like, oh, I paid a lot more, so I'm not tripping about that and yada, yada. So it was just like this debate back and forth. But I just hate that when people are like negative, like about pricing, like, oh, like what do they expect? It's a luxury. So it's if you can't afford it, then don't fucking do it. Like, but don't sit there and talk shit to an artist why you should lower pricing or why you're charging too much.
And then they try to sometimes knock like other people who get their nails done and who paid like freaking $200, you know, and then they try to talk shit to them.
Yeah,
and
it's
like,
well,
oh, well, you're fucking crazy. Like, I could never. Okay, bitch, then don't. You know, like, stay in your little chop shop. Like,
So I just had a client recently come to me. She's a new client. This is my second time doing her nails. So she was going to the shops and she was getting dip on her natural nails. So right now I like really specialize in natural nails because I like getting them healthy and growing them out. But you need to use like expensive products for that.
Yeah.
So I removed what she had on her nails. All of her nails were super thin. They were kind of see-through. And then when I went to like bend her nail, if your nail's strong, you're not going to be able to like bend it to a 90 degree. Her nail bent to like a 90 degree. And I was like, girl, what is going on? She literally just came to me today because I was like, we need to do a chop down. We're going to chop this off. We're gonna like regrow out your nails. She still had like some length. She wasn't like booty fingers. She was like, please. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do you like that. But she came back, right? She's like, my nails lasted. She was like, they feel so good. She was like, but I noticed like underneath the tip of the nail, it kind of like chipped off. And I was like, that's because your nail is so thin that they were over filing your nail. She didn't pay as much like for them than she did me, but she's like, my nails look so good. Literally just from like 3 weeks of her using the products I have, we could tell a huge difference. And I'm keeping track of her progress because I want to show that, you know, and you should show that in your work, what sets you aside from these places so people know like, okay, I'm paying this much because this person cares about the integrity of my nails, you know, and same for you guys with lashes. I'm sure like buying strips and putting them on is way different than coming and getting like like the extensions and stuff. So it's definitely different, you know.
And that's what I was gonna ask too, because I know, so dips, is that where like you have like the powder thingy and then like they just dip the nail in? What the fuck, girl, don't laugh at me.
No, you're right.
Is it that?
Yeah, so there was huge controversy on that because it's not sanitary. So there the dip, you were supposed to like dip it in the jar and like everybody was like dipping their finger and people were getting like, you know, fungus and things like that. But that's if you have open skin. But now they're doing dip where they pour it on the nail. So it's still like a service. But I think the reason why they were like dipping the finger in the jar is when you pour it, you're wasting product. Because when you're done pouring it, you have to throw it away. See, these shops, they want to save.
And that's a funny thing too, because out of all the nail techs Elly's been to, right, and she would kind of explain the, you know, whole consultation process, you know, or how it went. And out of all the time she told me this, but I would say you're probably the only artist that gave that education about like
She
nail.
did. The only
About
only one.
like nails, like health, and that's when she told me that was something that I knew. So I was like, oh shit, for real?
Girl, as soon as I left that first appointment, I got in the car. I'm like, I fucking love her.
Oh.
This is what she taught me. And I'm over here telling him, like, you can't do that.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah,
no.
he's like, that makes sense. I was like, oh, no wonder why that fucking lady was bucking the shit out of my nail. I'm
Burning
like, damn,
your
yeah,
nail?
like, how much more? Like, does this, if I could, it was like so much, it was so much that I could feel like a little burning sensation. I'm like, damn, bitch, you're gonna crack off my nail.
Oh
like, yeah, so like,
Yeah.
I was like, literally, there's like a crack probably like right here. Like, it's like, you could see it now, but somewhere around here. But yeah, like
every time I would go to like, I mean, whatever, to my old like nail techs, like for fills, they would always, like for you'd be like, okay, girl, we're gonna cut these bitches down because they're starting to curve. Nobody ever did that. Everybody was like, okay, just fill it up. Like, we're keeping this length, right? And not knowing. I'm like, yeah, I like them long. Right. But that's why, like, when I went to you, I think I even had one nail that was like cracked.
Yeah, I remember.
I think there was one.
Yeah, there was like pros and cons going to like those like nail salons. Like, we go in and out, but like, that's why I'm saying you get what you pay for, but sometimes it's like when you go to those shops, it's like hit or miss. Yeah, true. You get someone good, or you're gonna get someone really shitty and like really change your fucking week. Because I've had that where like I remember I went to this nail shop in Houston. They did good. Like, all the people there did good, but then I just happened to get one girl that like just didn't know what the fuck she was doing. And she like cut my nail all the way to my skin. I like, you could literally just I would rub someone, you could feel like my skin. That's how.
Yeah, booty fingers.
Yeah, I was dead ass mad. She like cut him. She cut him down all the way to my skin. She pushed the shit on my cuticles back where it was like super red.
You
and my shit.
Like, as she's doing it.
Yeah, you gotta say something. I think some of your cuticles even had like cuts.
Yeah, she like, it looked like I came out of a fucking war. Like, I just fucking murdered someone. I'm like, for real. Like, I just escaped the fucking, but
jail.
Yeah, so I'm like, I was like, dude, I even complained to the manager. I was like, man, dude, like, this is the worst experience I've ever had at your place here. He was like, I'm sorry, and didn't even give a discount. But I'm like, fuck them.
I'm never coming back.
Yeah, I was like, never again. I was like, I'm not going to you guys. But yeah, it just all depends who you get. But like, coming from you, she taught me everything. I was like, damn, for real? I was like, that makes sense. And she's like, yeah. So she's like, yeah. So like, my nails look like they were pretty crusty, and then they were yellow and thin. Hers were, Elly were. And that one time when you took them off, you like see how thin they were.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So.
But your nails were strong when I soaked them off.
Yeah, no, with you,
yeah. But when she got it before, it was like bad. Yeah, but like, and then she had to regrow them, and then I guess that's when she seen you, and she was trying to really take care of those, and it was like
they were long when you came to me.
Yeah, they were thick. Now I look back at some videos, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It looked like a witch. Like, no one like told me anything. Yeah, it was so annoying.
So, and I think like for me, because I am an educator, even before I became an educator, I like to tell people what I'm using on their nails. Yeah, like when I get my hair done. When I get my brows done, when I get my lashes done, I don't really do my lashes, but when I do that, I like to know what people are using on me. Like, what am I paying for? What is, or like if I get a lot of girls that come in and they're like, I have no idea what's on my nails. I'm like, how do you not know what's on your nails? Like, you didn't tell them what you want, or you didn't ask them like what they're doing. So I like to tell them, look, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing next. Okay, here's this product. I show them like the bottle and the label, and I'm like, this is what I use. Just in case, I'm not everybody's nail tech. Sometimes people can't afford me, or I'm too far for them, so they have to go to somebody else. So at least they can tell that next person, like, okay, this is what she did on me. She told me these are the products that she uses. So then they can at least properly remove it. Right. Because I'm not a gatekeeper. Like, I'll tell you what I got. I mean, you're not going to do it like me. Just like, exactly. But for real, like, I like sharing what I use. I like teaching what I use, so you definitely, I don't know. I think that's a good thing to do.
And
like,
I feel like that it definitely, I feel like it just makes the experience better. Even though it's like, okay, well, girl, I ain't gonna use any of this shit at home, you know? But still, like that first time when I went to you and you were like, okay, now I use this to, I don't know. But anyway, like just every single step that you were doing, I'm like, damn, like it kind of put me at ease because like me or anyone like going to like a new nail tech or something, then they're like, oh, well, damn, I feel good and I think I'm gonna stay with her because
you're
I'm
comfortable.
Comfortable.
Feel safe,
I know exactly. Yeah.
No,
you
that's
like
true.
my mom.
She's taking good care of me. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be with a service provider. Like, you should know, like, okay, I'm not going to leave here crying over my nails. Because I see TikToks and girls are like, look at my nails. And they're like sticking straight up or they're like crooked or like they show this is what I wanted versus what I got.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me, though, because clients, speak up. Like, please speak up because if you don't like it, I want to know. Like, I want to fix it because you're my walking billboard. But like in those chop shops, they don't speak up. And then there's some girls, though, that they will speak up to like the good nail techs and they're like, you wouldn't say this at the chop shop. Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? So that's a big one that's like controversial, like on TikTok. So.
I see that a lot where people are like, they go and whatever, show the nail tech what they want done. They get their nails done and then they make like this whole ass video like, don't fucking go to this nail tech. Like she fucked me up. Like this is what I asked for. This is what I got. Not worth it. Blah, blah, blah. And everybody in the comments are like, but did you tell her?
Well, and not only that, but like I always have my clients send reference photo before they come in. Yeah. Because one, if I don't have the products, I'm going to be like, hey, I don't have this. I can try to get it before you come in. It'll be this much. Or if I know I cannot execute the design or the shape that they want, I tell them while they're in my chair or like before they come in. So they have like a backup too. Because I don't want to be blasted like that, you know? Like, or I don't want them to be like, girl, like you messed my nails up. Like I want to be open and honest because you get what you pay for. Yeah. So I want them to be like, you know, I didn't get this design, but at least she was honest with me and I got this and I love it. Yeah. So especially you got to be with your nail. Well, my clients are with their nails for like 4 weeks. So if you got to be the whole month, you got to love what you have. For real. You know, like you can't not hate it. So for real. Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, because when you go into like those salons, like at the mall or whatever, you know, you kind of know like, well, if you give a picture, they can do their best, right? Right. As opposed to someone like you have the advantage and you can, you're freely to ask for a picture. But when you go into like a walk-in, don't fucking expect a nice ass set. Like, but at the same time, it's just like
those are like quick and easy, one color, French tip, that's what I'm comb.
Saying. Yeah. And then it's like you can't expect them to do design work, and they only do one color, like with 10 clients or whatever a day or whatever, you know. But going back into like speaking up, that's what I'm saying though. Like
you have to.
Even with us, we see that issue with people. Like they're just like, I'm like, how do you like your lashes? Sometimes like they'll be like, they're nice, they're good. And then like
super monotone.
Yeah. And then like, like, and when they come back for the fill, they're like, can we just go a little like less, like drop a little more? Well, like, yeah, but you know, I really wanted to know if they were good. You said, yeah. And then now it's like, no, like, you know, like, or
well, it's on them. If they say like, because I've had a client do that in my chair. They're like, yeah, I do like it. But then they'll message me later and be like, hey, you know, I'm not really feeling this. Yeah. And at that point, you have to decide like, okay, what is the best thing to do? So what I do is I'm like, well, why don't you come back in and I'll like fix it or we'll do something different. But I'm not going to refund you because you told me you liked it and we sat down and I just spent like X amount of time on you. Yeah. So you can't, and I always tell my clients, like, you have to tell me. Yeah. You know, because if you're kind of like trying to get a discount or something, that's not fair to me because I asked you. Right. You know, let's be real.
Well, not only that, I just feel like anybody in any kind of industry, well, service industry, I guess, like those people who be like, oh, whatever, trying to get some kind of refund or whatever, it's not fair at all. Especially you put in the time, they said that they liked it, And then like same thing like with us. I know that's happened to us a few times where it's like, oh yeah, I love my lashes, and then the next day, oh well, I am not really feeling them. Whatever, you think you can just refund me like 50%? Like, bitch, no.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
like,
like
or
that.
like, oh, I think they're a little bit too long. Can I come in? And then we're like, yes, for sure, come in. We want to
Right.
take those long pieces out and like change it up for you.
Right.
But then it's like,
No, I can't
oh,
make it. Can you just refund me?
yeah, that,
I'm
or
like,
it's like, oh, okay, and then they come in, they're like, well, actually, can we like also make them fuller? Bitch,
That was like
no.
2 different things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, we can do that, but let's do a removal on a whole new set. Okay, well, that's fine. Do I have to pay for it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like
Yeah.
so annoying.
Or like I've
yeah.
had it too where clients will be like, can I just see how the design looks and then you could take it off? And I'll tell them like, I'll do it on one finger, but I am going to charge you because I'm still using the supplies. I'm not going to charge you for the full set, but I'm going to charge you for that one finger
Mhm.
because I'm using the products. I
Yeah.
still have to do it. And then sometimes they'll be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Just do it on the one finger. Charge me, and it's not, it's like $5. It's like nothing crazy. But if it's like, I did it on, say I did ombre on all your nails and you're like, oh, I really don't like this. Can you take it off? Yeah, but I'm still charging you the amount because I used the products on you and it took time.
Yeah.
And people don't understand,
They
I
don't
feel
get
like
that.
sometimes, but when you become a service provider, like I think other service providers understand. Like when I have
for sure.
hairstylists, brow,
Yeah.
lashes, whatever, when they come in, they're really good clients because they're like, I know what it's like.
We get it.
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
it. We just get it because
Yeah.
it's hard. Like there's so much that goes into it.
Mhm.
There's so much. So yeah, I mean, you just got to be honest with your clients and they have to be honest with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you need to say, if you don't like it, like, speak up and say something. Like, that's, I mean, depending, like, what's gonna happen? They're gonna say, like, no, like, I don't know if I can't speak for other artists, but for like us, like, fucking tell me, like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings or make me cry, or like, I
We
won't
just
be
want
like
you to
what
love
most,
it.
yeah, or
We want
most
you to love
people, like, some people will like bitch out or lash out, or like, like,
Or that, or sometimes like they get them done and then like a whole week and a half later they're like, oh, like I'm not really liking them, and a bunch fell out. Like, bitch, you are coming up on 2 weeks. You need a fill.
Oh, that
You know,
yeah,
like
so
that.
like
Like,
they'll be like, yeah, it's like, look at, I had 3 or something, and the natural lash are on them, and I'm like, well, that's fucking shedding, and you're almost to 2 weeks, so yeah, like, well, like, how fucking we're not, and that's what people don't like. I guess they just like think we're dumb as like providers, because it's like, we've been doing this for so many years. You're not gonna sit here and fucking make us look stupid, because you're looking stupid.
I had this one client years ago. It was crazy. She was like, oh, okay, let me try to remember the story. It was a Friday. I did her a full volume set. And then she, on Sunday night, she had messaged me and she's like, hey, I got my full set done on Friday with you. It's Sunday, girl. Like, I've lost so many lashes. And then so I'm like, oh shit, it's only been 2 days. So now
Right.
I'm like feeling like shit, like, damn, I suck, but then
What did I do? Did I forget to?
right. But then it's funny because she didn't know that I had her on Snap.
Oh no.
Or like she must have forgot. Girl, that Saturday night, she was like up in the club, like she was like super, super lit in these like Snap videos or whatever. And then
I thought you were gonna say she went swimming. She was diving
no,
in the
she
pool.
was like, you could tell in these videos, she was like whole bunch of makeup. She was like I said, she's super fucking lit. Like literally like this.
Like, yeah,
and she
bitches,
was just
like, yeah.
yeah, like the lashes just looked like crusty. They looked like, a fresh set of lashes look nice and fluffy.
Mhm.
And hers did not. It just looked like horrible. So I don't know what she even did before that or like during the club or whatever. But by the time Sunday, and her lashes looked full that in those videos. But then that next day in the night, Sunday night, I'm like, girl, send me a picture. And like nothing. I'm like, how the fuck did you have just like a full set on last night in these videos? And like, I don't know what you did like within these hours. And then
You think she like washed off her makeup and then like
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
probably.
after she told me that, that's when I was like, girl, like I have you on Snap. Like I saw you like in the club, and she was
I
like,
got you.
Her fucking message.
You got red handle.
Yeah, her message was like, fuck, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I need a full set. Let me just book another one.
At least she was like understanding, though.
Right.
You know,
But
like
I'm
those
like,
are good
bro.
clients. You know.
Yeah,
That's
but
so
like
funny.
what
You got her.
happened? Well, yeah, what would happen if you didn't have her on Snap?
Exactly.
That's
That's why I'm like, and I would have had her come in, and I probably would have gave her a whole new set.
Yeah,
for free.
Because I think clients also need to understand like the aftercare too.
Mm-hmm.
Aftercare is important because if you're paying all this money for this stuff, you got to make sure you're holding up your end on like taking care of it too.
Right. Exactly.
You know, like I tell my clients all the time when it comes to nails, like what's your like daily habits? What's your job? What cleaning products do you use? Like, or if they're always breaking a nail, I'm like, girl, you got to go shorter. Like you cannot, like you can't be blaming me if you're over here roughhousing, you know, like you got these long nails. And my clients can vouch for me. They'll be like, oh yeah, Des will tell me, like I need to do this or I need to do that. But it's like we care about our work. We care about like the integrity of like their lashes or their nails. Like it's all about just again communicating with them. Yeah, that's the best thing about like independent workers or like you know service providers. We can talk to our clients versus those shops. Like you don't have their socials. You can't message them like, girl, I just broke all these nails or all my lashes are off. But with us you can, because like it's more personable. And I think that's why people, you know, they liked coming to us and they don't mind paying more because they know it's more personal and like we create like such a deep bond with them, like birthdays, weddings, you know, all stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
especially it's 1-on-1 every time, you know.
Yeah.
But that's that's what I said. Like, you know, like don't, if you've been with a client with the artist for so long, then just let them know, hey, like, hey, we're like, no problem, you can change it up, right? You spend your hard working earned money, so you might speak up about it, you know.
And too, like us, we love our loyals. Like we'll do anything for them, you know. Like
they pay the bills.
Oh yeah, for real. Like you've been with me for X amount of years. You like I've been through, you know, things you've been through. Like I've been there for you, and now like you've been there for us too, because we're just people. Yeah. Like you've been a service provider for a really long time. Were you had your family when you were a service provider? Like, did you get pregnant and stuff while you were servicing?
She was servicing damn near all year round, pregnant and shit.
I mean, well,
because they're with you for that type of stuff too, like maternity leave, if you get sick, vacations.
Like I'm having my
shit in my house, like doing fucking lashes in my son's room, and the girl from freaking morning to like 1-2 in the morning. I was at it.
They love us too.
Do you feel? Do you get pressured into discounts, like, you know, well, maybe from family members and stuff, or?
That's a good question. I'm gonna be completely honest. Get in trouble for this one. No, I'm just kidding. I think my family knows what's up. Like, I do give family a discount, and I do some friends I do like a discount, but I swear to God, they are the worst clients.
They are,
because in a sense of like, they know that we work for ourselves, we make our own schedule, so they'll always be like, well, girl, I can't come in, can you give me this day? Or, oh, I'm running late. Like one time, I love this girl to death, she was 45 minutes late, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I'm not gonna fit her in any other time, like I'm just gonna wait, you know. So I think they don't really pressure me. Like, they know I pay a lot. They know I pay 2 rents. Like, they know everything that goes into being a business owner, because I'm always complaining about it. No, I'm just letting them know what's going on. But, like, when it comes to my time, I think that's, like, the worst thing. Like, they're like, can you do my nails this day? Can you do my nails that day? Like, no, book on the app. And at first, I was afraid to say that. But, like, as a service provider, tell your friends and family, book on the app. Like, you book, I have this time slot open. I have this. Go on the app. And even sometimes with clients too, I feel like they'll be like, well, can you fit me in this day? And I'm like, no, please book on the app. I have a bunch of openings. Like, you have to do what works best for you. If I have to reschedule you, I'll give a discount, but it depends if it's like within a week or 2, you know, like, but if it's within like a couple days, I don't really do the discount. But if it's like a week or 2 out, I'm like, I'll give you a discount. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know some clients can tend to get comfortable and just ask right away. Like, I'm gonna be guilty on that. I'm one of those shitty clients that'll reach out to you. Hey, you got anything open? Like,
annoying. He does that shit with his barber.
Oh man,
he hates
he was like, I was like, it probably annoying because he doesn't answer me back, and he's like, fuck it, whatever. But yeah, like with her, she's like, man, you're that fucking like just that annoying client, huh? Where you just don't look you don't bother looking at the schedule. Like I do, but like I just kind of feel like something tells me like maybe they have like one spot open.
I gotta be that. I gotta get it. But you know what? I will say, it's so crazy because I tell my clients, if you don't see something on the app, message me and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
And then it's like the day they do message me, I'm like, I don't have nothing.
Yep.
Like I'm booked solid this week. And I feel so bad because I'm like, if you don't see something, like message me, I'll try to work it out. But like, it's hard.
Yeah.
But then it's like when you do have those gaps, nobody wants them.
Exactly.
Oh, that drives me nuts. I hate gaps. I do not like it.
I can't stand when it's like, one thing I really can't stand is like, say, I have like a 9:30 appointment from like 9:30 to say 11.
Right.
And then I have the rest of the day open. And then somebody goes and fucking books at 1.
Yep.
I'm like, book for fucking 11.
Yes,
like, dude.
Or like you message them like, hey, can you come in sooner?
Yeah.
And then they're like, no. And you're like,
or not even that, but sometimes you'll get that one client that's like, and they'll come in on that time, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I was just working at home."
Yeah,
and I'm just getting just relaxing, watching the episodes. I'm like, thinking to myself, like, and you booked it this time.
You're like, you could have came in sooner.
Or it's like you ask them like, oh, can you come in sooner? Oh no, I can't. Like whatever, I'm busy until this time, and then they come in, and then they say something like that. I'm like,
girl, you could have came.
You want to fight like this? Dude.
But we gotta like. I think like that, but I'm like, damn, it's their day off too. They got stuff they want to do. Like, I can't be too mad.
Right.
I try to do like admin work, or like I'll try to clean up around like the salon. But then if I'm really there for like, if I have 3 hours, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm not staying here. Like, I'm gonna go do something at the house.
Yeah.
So
it's just like sometimes like, like I don't mind it, but it's just like, like I don't know, maybe you had some stuff and then just cancel plans or whatever, but
well, think about it. If you work like a 9 to 5 and you finish all your work in the morning, you're gonna be sitting there too.
Yeah.
So that's like anybody. We're all gonna feel, like it sucks though, because we have the luxury of being like, hey, can you come in sooner? And then they're either like yes or no. So
I'm glad that a lot of my clients like are, I guess, like higher up with whatever they do. So it's like, oh, can you come in sooner? They're like, oh, girl, I'm in a meeting, but fuck it, let me just leave.
No way.
So it's like,
all
right,
that's funny.
You don't have to. I totally get that. But
right. That is so funny.
But I was just gonna say too, like, because do you get like people that would ask like, oh, do you have discounts? What are you running any promos?
So I am actually the nail tech that has a monthly special.
Do you?
Do you?
I am. I firmly go by it. I always have one. I think it is important. Like one time I went to like a business dinner, and this girl was like, well, if you've been in the industry so long, like, how do you continue to get clients all the time, or like new clients? And I was like, I'm old school. Like I literally, I'll run a special to get people in. And she was like, well, I don't want the cheap ass clients. I want the clients that are willing to drop this amount of money on a service. And I'm like, it's not always like that. Like, I rather have a consistent income than like one day I'm making like 500 and then the next day I'm making 2. I rather have it be steady. So like, I'm old school when it comes to that type of stuff. Like, and not only that, but I have a lot of moms, and I know like times get tough, and like, sometimes people lose their job, or a bill comes up, like a car messes up. So I always like to have that like deal running, or I always like remind my clients, you don't always have to get designs. Like my base price is pretty reasonable for a one color, and like you last all month with that. So I feel like that's just, they know not to really ask me because I already have it. It's already there. You see it in my booking app. I don't even have to promote it. It's like right there. So Yeah, I don't mind.
I feel like I am always like so like this way, that way, you know, because
It's hard.
I have always been the one artist that's like, I don't fucking do sales. I don't do promos.
Oh my
I
God.
do not. My
What
price
about,
is
like,
my price.
Because,
Work
Like,
for a friend, or like your loyals, if your loyals like refer
Yeah.
somebody.
then yeah, I'll do a
Okay.
little something.
For
But
your
like,
for your loyals though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For the loyals,
yeah,
but not like.
but I'm like teeter-totter about it, because I'm like, yes, like and I get what that other girl was saying to
Yeah.
a point, because yeah, I want those clients who are
Just know the word
who
professional.
are, well, that, and
Yeah.
who are gonna know to keep on coming, who
Right.
want to maintain like their lashes, their
Right.
brows, and everything.
Yeah, they love the
But then
luxury.
the
so,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
people who are always looking for the deals are the people who tend to not stick around and be like long-term clients. I feel like I've experienced that.
Okay.
Because back in the day, that's when I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing like this, like I always used to do like a promo for spring break.
Okay.
And I would like drop my like lash set prices, and then girl, my schedule was crazy booked.
Okay.
And then after that, dead.
Really?
So I'm like, fuck. So that's where I always was like, yeah, I want to do a promo, a sale or whatever. But then no, I don't, because then it's like I'm busy
Right.
during that time, but then it's back down because they're just waiting for the next sale.
Yeah.
Do
you
you
know?
have like, do you guys do it where, say you have an opening in the middle of the day and you're like, I really want to book somebody. Will you like put on there like, hey, book for this time slot, get like 10-15 off? Because I see a lot of people do that, and sometimes I'll do it too, because I have this gap and I'm like, I really want to fill somebody. Like, so how do you...
usually if it's like 2 days, okay, so say what's today? Wednesday. Okay.
Right.
So if I had like a gap for like Saturday, then I wouldn't post it yet. I would just be like, I have an opening that like, oh, just opened up on Saturday, like hurry up and go get it or something.
Okay. I do see you do that a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then so that's if I have like any kind of gap, then I'll just
Okay.
do that.
Mhm.
But if it gets closer, then I'll be like, hey, like, and sometimes I do get last minute like cancellations or whatever, and then I'll like post that like, okay, well, whatever. I honestly haven't have I ever? I think I have, maybe a few times, but honestly, I just don't feel like there's even a difference. Like, even if I say like, oh yeah, $20 off or whatever, it's still like, I don't know if it's like maybe cutting too close
Okay.
for like a client or something to
Right.
want to book regardless. So it's like, but then again, it's like those people who know of me know that my schedule like books out like
Yeah.
whatever pretty quickly. So they're
And you're
kinda
vocal about
on
that
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're vocal about that. So that's a good
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah, they're pretty on it too. Like, with
About
clients.
pre-booking.
Yeah, because it's clients that are serious and about it. Like, they just love the luxury, the lifestyle, whatever. Like eyelashes, brows, hair, like, and we've heard people that like doctors, nurses, like those just the more mature clients, and then you just got some that if you do like discount, I feel you'll just get more just like of a younger crowd, and they just don't take it serious, or they just don't.
Well,
Really
that
Damn, you
care.
guys are shaming me
That's
over
what-
here.
No. I
Like,
swear to God,
damn.
I'm not. It's
No,
just no.
Because I feel
don't.
like
Because
for
you'll see,
me,
you'll see eventually when you do raise your pricing, and
Yeah.
it's just because like, damn, I'm like, I am working a lot, and then also I do have difficulties with some certain clients. It's just because it's like they're giving me a push, and they tend to be the most pickiest. So
honestly
Yeah.
though, I feel like my clientele is good. Like,
Yeah.
it's solid.
I feel like,
Like,
and
I don't have
see that.
problems with like the cheap clients, I guess. Because my clients are like, you have really good quality work.
Mhm.
For me, like, I'll post, I have like a personal story for just like like a close friends for my loyal clients.
Yeah.
And like, if there's a crazy extravagant set I want to do, I'll post it on my story and I'll be like, hey, I want to do this at a discounted price, but it's still over $100. So it's like, it's not like I'm dirt cheap,
Right.
but it's still like discounted, for certain people. I don't get like, my prices are
That's
still
a
kind
good
of
idea
yeah,
though, about like the close friends. I don't know why I never thought of that. I could freaking do that for like
because
my
I feel
loyals.
like if you're constantly you're coming to me for like 2+ years. I have some clients that have been with me for like 4 or 5 years, and you're always like, you know, coming in, like, you're paying my bills, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to be able to give back in a way besides for just giving you like cuticle rollers, or like I do have discount cards. So after your 6th visit, you get like 15 off. And I feel like that it in a way is like to continue to get them back in my chair too. Well, they're coming back regardless, but like, you know, it makes them feel like I'm taking care of them too. You know, and I've had them say like, I love that you do this. Like, this is so nice. Or, you know, my nail tech, she never did this for me, you know? So, or like birthdays, like when it's their birthday, I'll have like a little something for them, you know? So I think for the loyals, you kind of have to if they've been with you for so long.
And that's how with my barber too. Like when it's my birthday, he'll give me like a free birthday cut, but it has to be like on the day of, or like, you know, I guess a certain amount of days. I don't know.
Like
I don't want to get it wrong, and then everyone's sitting up on their birthday.
Right. I need that free
but
cut.
like I know on my birthday he gave me a free cut, and like like it's for your loyals. You got to take care of them.
I should do that. Like on their birthday, like a free like brow wax. Or
like we always throw some shit in there. We like or we'll like
add on.
Well, or like we'll even hit them up like, hey, you guys want like a free, like I need to do a set like for content, and just just to do a different look that no one requests rarely. So it's like, you know what, that's the first people I'll call is my clients, my loyals. Because it's like, hey, you guys want like a free set or something? They're like,
You're like, but I gotta do what I want to do. If it's free.
Yes, exactly.
If it's free, because free isn't often.
So it's like, you know, like, but that's the thing though, with my loyals, that's the gift that they get from us. Like we always take care of them. It's either discounts or just something.
Or like adding something on. Like for me with like brows, like my loyal brow clients, if they're getting like a wax or something, and then I'm like, hey, you want a tint today? Like, I got you. You know, like stuff like that.
Like we'll take care of them like that. But like, you know, it's just but you know, because they're consistent with, you know, like coming in, and we have a good relationship with everyone we pretty much meet. And they're like, hey, Bo, Elly, what's up? Like, it's always like a good time with them.
Whole family.
It is.
So when they come in, like we're all laughing, talking shit to each other. And like it's just funny. So like like I said, you gotta take care of those people, but then you'll come across those people that are difficult, and then they just give you a hard time.
That's what I was more so talking about.
The difficulty.
Right.
That's
how I guess true. That's how we'll put it for sure, because it's like, you know, you charge your worth and taking care of your people, but you know, but at the same time they gotta know that things do go up, and then you're spending more time on stuff that is just, you know, like you're just charging your worth. Like, and
I feel like through the years you shed the clients that can no longer afford you or grow with you. And it's sad to see them go, but like I have a bunch of them on social media and they still like show love. Or like I swipe up like, oh my god, like, I can't believe this happened. You know that
Or they'll come in like once in a while, like just because they love you. You know? Like,
special occasion.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's just amazing. Like
those people that come like maybe just for their birthday every year, but hey, you choose me.
That's what matters the most. That is true.
I wanted to ask. Damn it, I had the question. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I know you have recently switched to like just doing builder gel, right?
Okay, so I'm not taking new clients for acrylic.
Why was that?
Because I'm pregnant. So so I don't want to do so much monomer. I do have like mask, like medical grade mask and like ventilation. But I really wanted to focus on doing natural nails. So I've been wanting to for a while focus on like natural nails and like switch over to gel. This just kind of was like my push. One, it is more expensive because of the quality of the product, but it's also faster. So I feel like I could do more clients, because I feel like when I'm doing an acrylic set, it takes so much time. And like when I do an acrylic set, I could fit 2 gel clients in with designs and I'm making more. So I was also kind of like,
that makes a lot of sense.
And like not only that, but I just love natural nails. Like I started doing acrylic overlays maybe 4 years ago, I want to say. And within like the last years, natural nails have became super popular. So now like what's really popular are like the builder gel. It's called like builder in a bottle. It's a soft gel. So there's a difference. There's a soft gel and then there's a hard gel. Hard gel, you can't soak it off. Soft gel, you can soak it off, but it's more flexible. So you can only have it on like short to medium natural nails.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be able to soak the product off the nail if the client doesn't want it anymore. Hard gel isn't horrible. It's just you have to file it off, and I don't want to over file the nail, so I'd have to leave like a thin layer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just wanted to play around with like the soft gel. I started doing it on like my aunt and then like my boyfriend's mom, myself, and I was like, oh my God, I love this. Like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, let me try it on a few clients that they've been asking me. So I did it on them. They loved it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to like introduce this to everybody. So I started getting more clients for gel versus acrylic. So I was like, okay, you know, and then boom, found out, you know, having a baby.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me switch over. Because I talked to my doctor and my doctor was like, well, it's not bad for you as long as you're wearing gloves and you have like proper ventilation. Because it's more so like the monomer like seeping into your skin versus you like breathing it in. So I was like, okay. So I do have a lot of acrylic clients that I love, and those are my OGs. Those are like my 4-year girls.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to let them go.
Yeah.
And like I do like having the diversity in my day too. I don't want to sit and do the same thing because then I get bored.
Yeah.
So the fact that I can be like a little versatile, it's nice to do both, but I do love the gel. It's good. It's a good product. It's really good for the natural nails. So
that's what I need.
It's time.
What about this whole like trending gel X? What is the deal with that?
So I am not familiar with, like, I've never done gel X before. The only reason why I personally haven't done gel X is because if you're not doing it properly and you're using a smaller tip than like the actual nail plate, you can pinch the nail plate. So then like the natural nail will start curving more when it's growing. But if you're doing it properly, it's fine. It's healthy. If you're using good products, you know, if you're educated and you know what you're doing, it's fine for the natural nail.
Yeah.
But it's not really like my jam. I'm really big in like foundation and application. I like being able to like build structure in the nail versus like gel X. I feel like you just like put it on the nail and then you can do more with designs because you're not spending so much time on like the foundation.
Yeah.
Versus me, like I really like the foundation. I think that's something I've always focused on and like specialized in.
Yeah.
I do like doing designs and it's fun. It comes natural to me. But it's always about like your foundation first. And you know, everybody's different. Everybody has like their thing they like to do. I have been seeing some cool videos lately though, and I'm like, should I try it? You know, should I see how it is?
Now, for people to do gel X, do they have to be licensed? Because
any nail service that you do, you have to be licensed because you're dealing with live skin.
Yeah,
you can't cut the live skin. Especially here in Wisconsin, like Russian manicures are so popular. You can only cut what's dead, like the white skin in Wisconsin versus like other states. They do let you do like the Russian manicures where you can cut into live skin.
What are Russian manicures? Because I have seen
it's like where they push the shit out of your cubicles.
Cuticles?
Oh, cuticles. Cuticles. Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I had a little shot before we got it.
No, I think like so Russian manicures,
they push the shit out of your cuticles.
Yeah, so it's really popular. It started like out of the country because like in Russia they do some crazy nail stuff. So like it started there, originated there, and basically it's like they have scissors where they can cut into like the side of your skin. It's just like the first layer of your skin, but it's live skin, and then they cut like the whole cuticle off, so it gives a really clean look, but like.
It looks like it's fucking
it's a little red. It is. It looks a little raw, but like, I don't know. It's really popular over there. Me, I like to use, you can use some of the bits here, some of the Russian bits here. That's what I do on your cuticles, but I'm cutting what's dead. I'm removing like what's dead. Because I like to use the bits that take off like the nail, like the dead skin on the nail plate. But I don't I don't know. I don't want to cut somebody's live
Yeah,
skin.
you
Like, I don't,
But
I don't want to do
so
that.
that's like the actual like skin that you can feel, and
Yeah,
like,
you
it
know,
don't
like you
hurt.
bite off your side, the
Yeah.
sides of your,
Yeah.
that's what they're like cutting into.
Just Google it. You'll see like how deep that shit
Come on,
is. It's
Elly,
like,
get with it.
Dude, I just be seeing it. I'm like, damn, those look nice, but hell no.
No, it's nice. It's very advanced, and they obviously go through like a lot of training to make sure it's safe. But it's just not legal here, and you know we're here.
Really?
You got to do what's legal.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, anything you're doing with the nails, like you have to be
licensed.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm like, oh, I see a lot of people that just do that.
Okay, I know. Jill.
Well, I mean, they get away with it because
Yeah.
like who's counting? You know,
Right.
like they're not gonna.
What's I was just gonna say like, because what's the most surprising or hilarious thing that's ever happened to you while you were doing someone's nails?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh my God. I posted it on my Instagram and I asked her for permission. And she's so funny. One of my clients is no filter. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna record some content today. And she's like, okay, like I'm just gonna talk on the phone. I was like, don't worry, I'll like mute it later. I'm not gonna post it. And I swear to God, she's like talking to her best friend on the phone about being intimate with her man. And she was like, girl, he ate it from the rooter to the tutor. And I was like, Brie, I am recording. Like, why did you say that? So like clients will say crazy things, but I haven't experienced like
a crazy moment.
But I was like, girl. And then later I'm like, you know, editing the content. I'm like, this shit is hilarious. And I message her the video, just the clip. And I'm like, please let me post this on my page. Oh, like I won't tag you, like your face isn't in it or anything. And she's like, hell yeah, go for it. Like, because I see funny videos on TikTok all the time. And I'm like, I gotta post this as gold. But other than that, like, I don't know, clients say funny things to me all the time. But nothing like, I don't know. I never had like nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they tell me crazy things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, I don't think I should have known that.
Like, what's like the weirdest or most outrageous nail request you've ever received? Have you had any strange ones?
Any strange ones? I don't think so.
No. Oh, let me get a nail with like a cock design or something.
No,
I'm dead.
No, I don't think so. I haven't had anything like weird like that. I've had like clients overshare personal things.
Yeah.
But like I've never had a crazy like incident. Like I've never had.
Because I've seen some nasty ones on Instagram.
Oh
like
yeah, those are funny. Like my clients will send it to me and joke about it. Like, hey, can I get this? And I'm like, sure, let's go for it, you know? Or like I'll send it to them like just joking, like, hey, next set. But we don't do it. Like we don't actually do it. I mean, though a lot of my like clients are professionals, so they can't really have anything crazy on their nails. But no.
Yeah, I know like Elly's sister had like some crazy nails a few times. Or they were like little
just super long and
Okay.
like little gummy bear little.
Oh, that's cute though. That's like
cute.
fun. That's that's like fun stuff. Yeah.
Are there any like nail artists out there that you like look up to?
Yeah.
That's a good one. I have a couple girls that I do follow. There's this one lady, her name's Katie. She's really big. She is sponsored by like so many brands. Because she is a content creator, so she's at home, but she's so well educated, specifically on gel, and she just knows her stuff. And I'll message her like, hey girl, like I have a question about this, this, and this. She replies to me and tells me everything. Like she's really nice. Like she's a huge influence when it like came to gel.
Yeah.
She's a really big one. I love this girl on Instagram. Her name's like Jasmine Casey. And she has been a nail tech that I've loved since I started doing nails. She does like these crazy colorful designs. I think she's in she in North Carolina? I can't remember, but she kills it. Like she has her own style. She freestyles every set. So like you go to her and you have to get a freestyled set. So I think that's so cool because not a lot of nail techs are like, if you're coming to me, you get what I want to do.
Right.
You know, so I think that's really cool. trying to think.
What about Nails by Dev?
Oh yeah, she's dope. She's super dope.
She's
so
fucking crazy.
She's been around for like a while.
Yeah,
too.
she's big.
I've been following her since she like, I don't know, but now she's like at 1.3 million.
Dude,
I'm
she's
like,
a
bro,
beast.
what the?
Yeah,
yeah, she's.
I remember
a beast.
she was like in our Facebook group for a while.
She
like
was.
Oh,
back
that's
in
cool.
the day.
Yeah, back when she was like pushing it, she was like looking for clients or like this is my work, like legit,
wow.
like just like just to see her come up now it was like
dude,
crazy.
she's fire.
Yeah, she's fire.
Yeah.
I will say though, I flew out to Cali to see Shelly Nails. So she's the product creator for Valentino. And she does like the crazy Russian nails. So there's like different styles of like Russian nails. And there's something called like dual forms and like sculpted nails. She's in like a bunch of competitions and stuff. And like she can do everything. Like she literally does everything that you can think of. Like she can paint, she can draw, she can do the 3D art, she can do gel, she can do acrylic. She's literally like the master. Yeah, she's a beast. And like meeting her, she was a boss ass bitch. Like she knew what she was talking about. God. So yeah, there's a couple people. I think there's a few more just like on the spot you can't think.
So my daughter, she wants to do nails.
Okay.
So what advice would you give to her?
Yeah.
Aww,
to her or anyone like looking to get in the nail industry that would like something that you wish you knew when you were starting as a beginner.
Just go for it. Just go for it. Continue to watch there's so much online too that you can learn. Go for it. Watch like all the videos, practice nonstop. Like if you like it and it makes you happy and it makes you frustrated, do it because it's challenging you. So like any opportunity you have to practice, just do it. Like when I was teaching at Aveda and there was free time, I'm like, practice nail art. Like, make it fun. Don't give up and don't be afraid to invest in a class. Like if you don't want to pay to get licensed right away and you're like, I don't know if I have time for school, take that like 1 and 2 day class to see if you like it. And then you'll know because it's still like very well structured, it's still a lot of good information and it kind of shows you like where you stand too, like where you need to improve. So just don't give up.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hardest thing for service providers or like getting into the beauty industry. It's easy to give up, but it's hard to like keep going. Yeah, get her like a little practice hand.
See, and that I did, but I'm like, would you recommend like me just getting cheap product or like getting the actual good stuff?
No, I would start with like cheaper product because you don't want to invest all this money.
Unless you get to artists like clients.
I started with cheap products.
Like Amazon type stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think like if you're starting off, like Beetles Polish is a good brand. D&D, like there's nail techs that like use Amazon products and they do an amazing job.
Okay.
So it's like just make sure she's not using like the MMA.
Yeah.
Make sure she's using EMA. That's just the one thing.
Or the illegal shit.
Yeah. So just and encourage her. Just be there for her. Like finding that community that's gonna be like, you can practice on me, or how's it going? Like, oh, did you try this? Like send her nail ideas. Like, oh, you should try this. That like helps that person too. So
now, would she have to be like older and licensed to take one of your classes?
Well, how old is she?
13.
13. Yeah.
I would say 16.
16.
Yeah, I would say 16. Okay. In my class, I let everybody know this is not a license. This is a certification. If you want to work on people, you have to go get your license through like the school in the state. So yeah, just have her practice. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
Little manicures. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So I guess it's time to wrap it up. Our time is up here. It was a good, amazing podcast.
One.
Yeah.
It was a good episode. So there was a lot more that I had written down that I wanted to ask.
Really?
But,
we were just yapping.
All right. No, but we'll eventually have another episode and get her on sometime. So and finish the rest of the questions. But no biggie, we had a good time. So all right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
Bye.
Until next time.
You want to give your Instagram?
Does give your Instagram.
Yeah. So my Instagram is GuruDes_. I'm sure you can tag me too. But it's on Instagram. I have a website, booking app, everything.
Right.
Best nail tech ever.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in, Des. So,
all right.
All right, you guys take care until next time. Peace.